sent a woman this time. Oh, don't be so quick to take offense, girl. I'm delighted. It was getting tedious, all those virginal young paladins riveted up in steel and self-righteousness. Did none of the Holy Fathers understand the idiocy of sending celibates to kill a succubus? So, whose idea was it to send you? Matthias? He was a wonder when he was a young priest, cocked like an iron serpent. And once he convinced himself he was helpless against my devilish tricks, he performed with, well, let's just say I was schooled in the meaning of the phrase, holy fuck. Not Matthias? Bartholomew, then? Does the old fool still carry himself like he has a stick up his ass? Which, by the way, is how he best likes to be fucked. Do I shock you, girl? No? That's refreshing. Usually by this time, the virgin boys are weeping and waving their holy trinkets and insisting I sink back into the pits of hell. You must be tired. Trekking through my swamp is no easy task. I have wings, of course, so the journey to your village is nothing to me. But for you, hacking through the serpent vines, avoiding the mud moss, it must have been exhausting. If you villagers were as welcoming in daylight as you are doing your moist midnight encounters, I could find a closer lair and save you all this muddy travel. Of course, then there'd be no reason for the violence, the endless assassination attempts. I suppose you're anxious to get to it. In that way, you're a little different from the virgin boys. Not that I blame you. You've come a long way to fulfill this destiny. But before we begin, let me lighten your burdens. I'll start by ridding you of that cumbersome armor. Oh, look how it falls away. This is when the virgin boys really get nervous. When they find themselves like you, stripped down to tunic and tights. Don't be so surprised. Any succubus worth her cunt knows the spell to open locks and knots and buckles. How embarrassing otherwise to have an omnipotent creature of the dark defeated by a widow latch. If I were one of your patron saints, I'd be the saint of thresholds. Intricence. I open locks. I open loins. I open those dank little dungeons of the heart where you humans hide your sickest desires. A stick up the ass is nothing compared to some of the cravings I've encountered. What are yours, girl? What makes you wet and breathless? Just as every mortal casts a shadow, every desire casts a perversion. Purity isn't a state of being. It's a system of measurement. How do you rate? How far do you rise above your shadow? You're young, strong, quick, ferocious. Is your shadow weak and whimpering? Does it like to be held down, pinned and helpless? There is such freedom in being restrained, stuck, and anything can be done to you. Any weakness is allowed, any wetness indulged, and it's not your fault. I can be that for you, girl, the one to carry your blame. Look at me, look at my body, wings to enfold you, my tail to entwine you, breast to smother you, my cunt to drown in. What more could you want? Let me be your captor, prisoner to your every whim, your master, slave to your every desire. I can feel your needs like embers against the cold drudgery of your duty. Let me blow on those embers and make them flare and burn and dance with sparks. You want me, girl. You want to touch and taste me. The slick, muscular tongue of yours is wasted shaping prayers when it could be exploring the shape of my cunt. Sip me. Sup me. Drink my juices like wine. Be transformed. No? Then you have more strength than the virgin boys. more strength than the righteous men who sent you here. Draw your weapons. Try to pierce and pummel my flesh in more masculine ways. A holy blade and your mace, forged of cold iron, pious and pagan. Have you no twice blessed silver to bind me with? The thinnest chain could drain my powers and make me easy to pray. No? Pity. Very well. Do your worst, girl. Attack. Oh, you're quick. A slash, a swing, yet all you carve and crush is air. Your speed is no match for my wings.